know Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Right, hello guys, watching Go.2, and this is Classic Month, Classical August. We're finally at it. I do every August, we talk about Classic Who, and we're going to do that for the whole of August. We've got, just to check my notes, what we're reviewing today, Robots. Then next week we've got Spearhead from Space. Then we've got Power of the Daleks, and then we finally leave Classic Month with the last story of Classic Who. Survival. So we've got some interesting stories to review. A bit of the 7th Doctor, a bit of the 2nd Doctor, a bit of the 4th, a bit of the 3rd. So yeah, let's get on to it. So reviewing Robot today. So Robot I really enjoy. I thought it was a fun, interesting story full of the Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor's first story, slowly getting used to himself. You know, he's trying to understand himself. He's wearing different costumes, and he's just doing his own thing, and I really enjoy that. And I also enjoy Sarah Jane actually doing her own investigations. She's a reporter. She's reporting. She's like basically trying to do her own thing at this point in the story, and then she gets caught up with K1, K something. It's called Robots, the story, so I'm just going to call it Robot. She meets the robot, and who are you? Why are you here? And then it leaves on a cliffhanger of Sarah Jane getting attacked. And then we also get another cliffhanger late for the second part with Tom Baker seeing the robot and getting attacked by the robot. And then again, for the final cliffhanger of this story, we get to see Unit getting attacked by this robot. So every time there's a cliffhanger, the robot's attacking them, basically, which I quite like. I also like Unit in this, and the Brigadier learning how to deal with a different Doctor. And then we have, interesting dynamic. We have this other people that created the robot that just want to rule things their own way. They do look a bit like Nazis, I guess, with the way they have the sleeves and the stuff like that, I guess, and the way they're ordering stuff. It does look like that in my eyes. Interesting story. Really, it's just basically the robot getting confused on what to believe, because some humans are telling it to do something else and some's doing it the other. And then it's also got to deal with its commands. It's got to deal with my orders say this, so I have to follow my orders. But then someone tells me to do something else, it gets confused. And I like that. It's questioning itself, which Sarah certainly bonds with the robot, which reminded me of a future story from this story. Series 1 of New Who, Rose touching the Dalek and the Dalek getting infected and turning into something else. It reminds me of that, with Sarah Jane and the robot having some sort of bond, and I think the robot and the Sarah Jane did have a bond there. Brigadier wants to blow something up, so he grabs the gun and shoots it, and suddenly we get a massive robot. This bit I did not like. Really enjoy everything up to this point, but by the time the robot got massive, I was a bit like, oh god. So yeah, that was my thoughts on that, and the CGI of the green screen did not look good, and Sarah Jane getting picked up and put onto a building reminded me of King Kong, but also the CGI was a bit ugh. So yeah, and then we get the bomb that's going to destroy everything that gets solved by the Doctor. But then again, I like this. It's not over yet, because the robot starts doing the commands, and then we have to deal with the robot. So we think everything's done, but it's not. And I really like that. And then we go off with the robot getting destroyed, because we get some cyber gluey virus thing tipping over the robot, and the robot starts getting destroyed, and that's it. And Sarah Jane's upset by that, because she had a bond with the robot, and she said to the robot, you don't have to do this, and humanity will destroy you, please don't. But it does it anyway. Really good story. Really good story for the first story of the 4th Doctor. The Brigadier was pretty cool in this. The unit soldiers did play a part. A few of them got stamped on. A few of them got shot. And yeah, it was interesting. I like that we have these. I like the Brigadier. I like the unit in general. I just like unit stories. And I like Sarah Jane investigating on her own. And then we go forth the Doctor's had enough of UNIT for a while. He wants to go off on adventures. He's got his TARDIS back, so he's going to do it anyway. And he goes off with Sarah Jane, but before they do, Harry is like, "You can't go in a police box, Doctor." "Why can't I?" And what's the point of being, why can't I be childish or some, there's an iconic line I've just messed up, but you know, I like the childish line. There's no point in being childish sometimes. I don't know, I'm messing it up, I'm going to stop there. But I really like that. I've seen that in a lot of trailers. It's such an iconic line. And yeah, the first time the Fourth Doctor offers a jelly baby to Sarah Jane. And then he offers it to Harry. Harry disses the TARDIS, so he takes the jelly baby back. Or, well, the bitten jelly baby. And we go off flying in the TARDIS for another adventure, which I can't wait to see one day. So yes, join me next week for Spearhead in Space. So we're going back in time to the Third Doctor and his first story. But also I'm going to give this story out of 10. An 8 out of 10. It's a solid story. CGI is a bit naff, but you can't judge a classic episode on its CGI, because literally if you do that, you're plucking everything apart. The story alone was good, and I'm going to accept that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this story as always. And I'll see you guys for another video every Saturday on the channel at 12 o'clock. Also, remember to subscribe, because we're trying to get to the a really big goal on the channel for subscribing before the end of the year. So we'd love if we could get there. And I'll see you guys for another video very soon. Have a nice day.